All right, guys. So for the past few days, I've been covering the woke liberal meltdowns that have gone viral on the internet. Okay, because for whatever reason, there are people that are really upset about the concept of freedom. Right, the idea that their neighbors can do whatever the hell they want without the government or their other neighbors telling them what to do. Right, telling them how to live their lives. And for whatever reason, this concept really drives people insane. And this video that I'm about to show you guys probably is peak insanity. And I know I probably said that a couple days ago about another video, but this video right here, this lady actually really loses it. Take a look.
Why you're pedophiles, because that's all you can think about. And when I ask you what you actually believe in, you don't actually believe in anything. The only thing that you believe in is Trump and Biden. That's not a belief. What do you believe in? What do you want to build? You want to build a white nation? Is that what you want? What do you want?
That's classic stuff, dude.
All right, guys. So this particular meltdown took place in Washington, D.C. during an anti-mandate protest, right? D.C. had implemented a new mandate. I believe it's a vaccine mandate. And, people were out there voicing their concerns about this, peacefully protesting and saying, hey, I don't necessarily agree with this, right? And this lady, for whatever reason, takes time out of her day to go to this protest and basically accuse all the people that are participating in this protest as white supremacists, right? And Trump supporters, okay? As if we haven't seen people who are not white, right, protest this type of stuff as well. I find it fascinating how being anti-mandate is only associated with white people, right? It's only associated with white people, okay? In fact, I mean, you have mainstream liberal media essentially associating people being against mandates or even non-woke liberals who are kind of tired of these restrictions as white supremacy. Take a look.
I've started coining the term pandemic libertarians because it's a combination of, I am still stressed out about the number of people who died on 9/11. That gave me nightmares. That was 2,000 some odd people. I think about the Titanic. I'll watch those films and I cannot sleep just thinking about that many people dying at once. I am sort of amazed by the number of people who just don't give a damn. 860,000, 900,000 people die, poof, and it doesn't bother them at all. What they prioritize is they need to have their convenience. And so your immunocompromised kids are just an annoyance to them. They don't want to have to do anything for them. What is that about? Is that like a social disease in this society? What is it?
I mean, it reflects America's cruelty, right? We're a generous country, but at the same time, we've also had cruelty, white supremacy, misogyny. America says, go ahead and die, but just don't die on my lawn. And we're going to respect the greatest generation, but F grandma and grandpa. And by the way, we love the kids. We're pro-life. But you know what? I'm perfectly fine with my kid getting COVID rather than them getting a book written by a black person talking about racism, because it makes me feel inconvenient.
I find it funny how these people really don't understand the concept of cost-benefit analysis, right? In which people can, look at the numbers, okay, for, what's going on with this virus. They can understand everything that's going on with this virus, and then they can make decisions for themselves in regards to the chances that they want to take, how much they want to protect themselves. Right? And society as a whole, or put it this way, a large segment of society has simply done the cost-benefit analysis to say, hey, you know what? Looking at the numbers, looking at the science, looking at the data, I don't feel mandates are necessary, right? I just don't agree with this stuff. I think that, we should better live our normal lives. And for whatever reason, to some of these people, this concept is so foreign to them. They simply don't understand freedom, right? They just don't understand it. Matter of fact, they seem to actually hate freedom. They don't like freedom, right? That's why they equate freedom to white supremacy, because that's ultimately what these people are protesting about. They're protesting about freedom, right? But then we have people come out here and say, oh, no, this is white supremacy. They're saying that freedom is white supremacy. That's what they're saying. Okay. When they talk about how, oh, well, people just don't care about, certain people's lives and blah, blah, blah. Again, that's a gross mischaracterization of people's position. Nobody's come out here and said, if you're at risk, okay, if you have multiple comorbidities, nobody said that, you shouldn't protect yourself. You shouldn't, do what you got to do. Nobody said that. But I think what people are saying is that you can't change all of society to try to capitulate to a small amount of people who, are at the most risk for this virus. Okay? Because for the most part, the rest of society feels that the cost-benefit analysis suggests that we should return back to normal life. Right? Again, that's why you're seeing non-woke liberals like Barry Weiss and Bill Maher come out here and say the things they're saying. Because they've done the cost-benefit analysis and they say, okay, no, this isn't worth it anymore. Look at all the stuff that we've tried. Look at where we're at. What is the point, right? What is the point? They've come to that reality. But there are some people that are just so concerned about controlling other people's lives that they can't accept that, even though they don't actually really follow those rules, right? They don't really follow those rules. But again, to them, it's not necessarily about stopping the pandemic or, the virus or anything like that or saving people's lives. It's simply about control. That's what it's about. And I think this lady right here is ultimately upset and triggered because she can't control a certain segment of society. That's where a lot of this anger comes from, in my opinion. So let's read here. An unidentified woman is going viral after a video was posted of her screaming at anti-mandate protesters. The incident took place Sunday when tens of thousands marched in Washington, D.C. in opposition to the newly installed mandate. Quote, my tax dollars are going to the police to shut down the road so that these effing white supremacists can party and have a hell of a time celebrating their loser president, exclaimed the woman, who then stomped her feet and made an L shape over her head. Okay, so this woman has Trump derangement syndrome, right? Because this really ain't got anything to do with Trump, right? This ain't got nothing to do with Trump, but she's bringing up Trump anyways, okay? So yeah, she has Trump derangement syndrome. Not everybody who protests these mandates are white, so I don't know where she gets the white supremacist thing from. And tax dollars in regards to police protection, it goes to a lot of protests I don't necessarily agree with, but I'm not necessarily gonna say that police shouldn't be there. Okay, right? So this woman right here, I think she's just salty. She's salty because she doesn't like the idea of freedom. Okay, she wants to live under the boot of the government. Go to F home. Stop invading our territory, she continued. Hey, listen, I know a lot of people in Florida feel the same way about all the liberals from New York vacationing down there, right? They feel the exact same way. Later, the same woman went on another unhinged rant, this time about pedophiles. The footage was posted by Twitter superstar lives on TikTok. The initial viral clip drew a reaction from a number of prominent social media figures. Quote, they would lock up you and your families and not lose a single second of sleep over it, said Jack Posobiec. Quote, so angry she's driving a big car. I mean, do you even care about climate change? Elijah Schaffner tweeted. Yeah, she is driving a big car, right? Big gas guzzling van. She probably does woke virtue signal about climate change. Republican Congressman Madison Cawthorn also chimed in saying, uh-oh, someone got their woke bubble burst. Memes have already been made about the incident. Yeah, I mean, this is accurate, right? I think the people that are most worried are this group of people right here, right? This group of people right here, they're the most worried right now, okay? Again, I find this to be fascinating. These are the people in this country that are living in the most fear, right? Incredible stuff. The large-scale march takes place just a week after D.C. instituted a vaccine mandate, forcing patrons aged 12 and older to be vaccinated against COVID-19 in order to enter indoor venues, including restaurants, gyms, and bars. Feds for Medical Freedom, a national grassroots coalition comprised of more than 6,000 federal workers, have also signed into the march to defeat the mandates. They, along with hundreds of firefighters and first responders from Washington, D.C., and more from across the country, joined the walk from the Washington Monument to the Lincoln Memorial. According to WTOP News, U.S. Park Police temporarily closed 17th Street Northwest as demonstrators marched towards the Lincoln Memorial. At noon, the crowd gathered around the Lincoln Memorial to hear speeches from athletes, doctors, and journalists. Speakers at the massive event Sunday also included Dr. Peter A. McCullough and Dr. Robert Malone. All right, so yeah, they definitely don't want to hear that, right? They don't want to hear that. You know, that's why social media censor those doctors, right? Those medical professionals. And that's why they're currently trying to censor Joe Rogan. They don't want to hear any type of dissenting opinions whatsoever, right? And their reaction to dissenting opinions, it's demonstrated by this crazy woman losing her mind, over this anti-mandate protest, right? Because she doesn't like freedom. But again, I'm just somewhat surprised, but not really somewhat surprised how many people in this country don't really want freedom. They want to live under authority of the government. But at the same time, I also read a survey about how these people, Biden supporters, actually want to lock up and fine individuals over their vaccination status. And I'm pretty sure she's one of those individuals, okay? Which means she quite simply can't be reasoned with, right? These people cannot be reasoned with, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.